Hey guys, what's happening? I'm coming at you a little bit late today. Really, it's Thursday morning. It's, a little bit after midnight. Now, I had a full evening of and night of mentor sessions. Some got a little intense. We got a lot of stuff ironed out. But just now getting around to doing this recap video. And the first thing you're looking at here, this is the FSLR chart from yesterday. This is the one that we traded. Got in on the opening range breakdown and, got a real good entry, but didn't respect this level here, which obviously was pretty significant because not only did it hold up here, we came down and tested it pretty good and it bounced off of it here. So this was a pretty significant level, but I missed out on it. This thing ended up popping up and stopping me out. This morning it was on our scan and I just ignored it. I just missed it because I still had in my mind the way this thing traded yesterday. It was just garbage. So I didn't trade it. And you can see this thing made a huge move. This was the big trade today. And just really missed it. But I'm thinking if this had happened again, I probably would do the same thing. Just dismiss it. If a stock proves that it's going to have some ugly price action and doesn't trade very well, then I'm just going to stay out of it. But this did add a little bit of frustration to my morning when I saw what was going on with FSLR. But this is just one of those things. I just wanted to show you, this is the difference a day can make. Same stock, same deal, but better results today than yesterday. Alright, I want to tell you guys about my summer special. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I have to pay for every seat in the room. That's just the way it's set up. So everybody that comes in, I pay for it. That's where the subscription cost comes in. So, but for this summer, this is the best time to learn. Even though the market is a little bit tougher to trade, this is the best time to learn. And I want to give you the opportunity to come in and spend enough time to build a solid foundation. And you don't have to stay with me forever. You can get a good foundation and then go off and develop your own trading style. I have a lot of traders that have done that. But you guys, if you get a free month, you can get a free month. If you subscribe for a month, I'm going to pay the next month for you. So you're there for 2 months. You got enough time to go through all the videos, all the classes, and you should be able to get a good foundation. All of the recordings that I have, plus you can be in on the live classes that we have every week. We have up to 3 every week: a day trade class, swing trade class, and then a general ed webinar on Wednesday. So you get access to all of that, plus all of the videos, and you'll have plenty of time to go through it. Or I will pay for an extra 3 months or a quarter for you if you commit to a year. You put commit to a year to your learning, being in the community. I'm going to give you that extra quarter or extra 3 months at the end. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm willing to commit if you are. So this special will go on until I've reached my max capacity. I have a limit to how many people I'm going to have in there because I don't want a whole lot of noise, and I want to be able to talk to or communicate personally with everybody in there that may ask a question or that may need help, may need guidance. You know, I want to be there for you. Plus, starting next week, I'm going to be recording the morning in chat and some afternoons if it's active and we have some trades going, so that you guys that may have to work that day or you miss a couple days during the week, you can watch the videos on the weekend or at night whenever you want to. You know, again, it's going to cost me more to be able to, you know, store these videos so that you guys can see them. And I'm willing to pay that extra cost, you know, if you guys are willing. You guys have come in, current members have spent time, you know, you've done the work, you trust the process, and I'm willing to add that and kick out, you know, a couple extra bucks a month so that I can store these videos. So all of that's, you know, coming this summer. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to email me, ed@averagejoetrader.com. And like I said, this special is gonna last until I reach maximum capacity, and once that's done, this is gonna go away. So looking at AMBA this morning, this is my first trade. You know, this was on our watch list, and we made a nice, you know, solid candle, sold off under the moving averages and everything. So I always look for the next candle to open, give me a little bump up. In this case, we did, right into the VWAP. We started to sell back off, and I sent my order out. Now, this has two triangles on it, but I only clicked the order button once. The stock was on SSR, and I don't use limit orders to enter trades. I mark it in. That's just something that I've always done. I've never had issues with it. This rarely happens, but this is acceptable. To me, this is okay. This is a lot of times what it takes for me to be able to get in these trades, these SSR trades, where most people never can get in because they can't get the uptick to hit whatever order they put out. So I put out a market order right around when it hit 43, but I only got 40. I got 40 shares filled there, 20 at 91, and then let's see, 100 and I can't see, 190 at 89, and then another 50 at 90. So I ended up with around a 42.90 average is what I ended up with, and you know, on 300 shares. So the first target was 42.50. It was already predetermined that I was looking for the $0.50 mark, and as we got down close to it, I went ahead and took it. I think we dipped down a little bit, popped back up, and I'm like, you know, I'm not going to sit there and wait for it to come down and do 43.50 even. You know, I've lost out on some good trades because I was stubborn and I wasn't going to do that. So I did cover some here at 42.35, and it popped back up like it normally does, and I stopped out the rest at break even. And this is typical. I just don't know how much follow through we're going to get before we get a bounce. So I'm always going to be, you know, ready to take profit off when that happens. But I didn't like the price action in this stock. This was jumpy. It was spready at times. So I really did not like the I didn't like the price action, the way it was moving. So I never entertained getting back in this trade anymore. I pretty much said, this isn't what I like. I'm not comfortable with it. So I walked away and I found another trade. So on YY, and I want to apologize because I didn't realize that I cut, I had the chart blown up, so it cut off my entry. I got short here, and all I've got is my last cover right here at 111.60 when that's all I got. So I'm gonna put this chart up real quick so you can see where I initially got in this. Okay, it was around 9:51 and I got in on this rejection here. I don't know why this chart doesn't have a VWAP. Oh, I know why. This is the one I had to do. It's after midnight, and after midnight the charts, everything reset, so it doesn't show the orders here. And we rejected VWAP was up in here, and we rejected the 9 the VWAP and everything. And so I got in on this candle on this rejection, and only got in 100 shares because this was spready, and we had pretty good range on each candle. You can see the ATR was pretty big on the last 5 candles. And now I use the ATR to determine how much room I need to give the stock to work. So I have my max loss set based on the range of the candles. So in this case, the candles were a little bit over $2. I mean, not $2, a little bit over $1.60. So I could only go on with 100 shares. That was the most I could really go in on. I could have taken 200 shares, could have taken 300 shares. But no, couldn't take 300. I don't think I have that buying power. But I could have taken 200. But it was just too volatile. So I only took 100 on this. Ended up covering some at 111.45 for a point. And got another point at 110.50. And then as we came back up, you'll see this is where the last cover hit. And then we pushed back up, and I just kind of waited all through lunch. I was just keeping an eye on this. Once we established back below the VWAP here, the 9 and the 20, I got short again. We had a little bump, but it was within my range here, and we started to sell off. Hit my first target down here at 111. My next target 110, a point down, and my final target was going to be through this 109, but it came right down to the 20, and that was my final target. Now I thought we were going to bounce here. I honestly thought this was it. It was going to bounce here on the 20. I mean, that's logical. But nope, it didn't. You can see it continued down. And it actually, at the end of the day, you could see, well, this isn't the whole chart, but it got down to, I think, 104 something. So, I gave up a whole lot of profit on this. I could have gotten back in and rode this thing down, but you just don't know. I am happy I got the meat of the move. This was a solid trade, and you know, we ended the day 339.85 to go with the $400 day that we had on Monday. You know, yesterday was just a little blip, but we have a solid week going, and I'm not going to give it back. So I'm going to cover, I know I kept flipping to this, but since I had flipped to it, just so you know I'm not hiding anything. This is the swing trade that I got in way back here. And, you know, I had to hold through this dip, but we were still trending. And I took profit on it today. It still got 200 shares out. I'm looking to see how far we can go. This was a 20 EMA crossover setup, and typically I catch the 20 EMA crossover, and I'm looking for it to make a 52-week high. But I will recap this along with the other swing trade I took early this week on CAR. It was a loss. I got stopped out on it pretty quick, but I forgot to take a picture of the chart and all that stuff. But I will, you know, recap it. I got stopped out on it, I think, just, you know, pretty quick. So it set up, but it didn't follow through. But we have a lot of solid swing trades that, you know, have over the last 2 weeks have really paid off. But this one, you know, I've got about 8% on this already. And I'm looking to see if we get, you know, 10+% off the rest of this. And you can still see I still got my sprint position here. It's just hanging around. But I did add to this, and I got 2,000 shares all together. So I'm just waiting on that announcement for the next pop so I can dump it. It's been disappointing. I thought, you know, I've held this, it feels like, for a month now. And I've been waiting for it to pop, but it's just sitting there. So as long as it sits there, I put in my stop every day, and it just doesn't trade. It may trade 5 cents. And that's it. But I'll go over, you know, I'm going to do a separate video on swing trades just at the end of the week. You know, so it'll be crazy to do them every day. Alright, so that's going to do it for me today. We're going to get back at it first thing in the morning. And just remember, you know, if you want to join us, you know, we've got that special you can take advantage of and just hang out for the summer. I think you'll be happy that you did. So you guys take it easy. Have a great night, and I will see you first thing in the morning. Well, it is morning. I'll see you a little bit later this morning.